Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I have a little bit of a different kind of video for me. I haven't filmed a crafty video in quite some time, and today I just felt like diving into my stash and playing with some things that have been tucked away and put away and that I haven't really had a chance to play with in a while. So I thought it would be fun maybe to do a few videos like this. I don't know how many I will get to do, but it is something I want to start doing. So today I was looking around in my stash. What is it that I haven't played with in quite some time? And what caught my attention was this basket of coffee dyed things. This is some projects that I had worked on quite some time ago, and I used them, but I haven't gotten back to doing fun things with them so much. So I have some coffee dyed glassine envelopes. I also have some larger coffee dyed glassine envelopes. These are some fun music dyed envelopes that I had made some time ago, and I added some lace to them. And I don't know, I just feel like decorating a little bit. What else is in here? I have tea bags that I've saved for possibly using in decoupage or something. Yeah, I just have some things stuffed away in here. Some map envelopes. But I think today what I'm going to do, let me find one of these that don't have any lace on them. So I have this plain one. It's awfully big though. It's not going to fit in my traveler's notebook, which I am kind of in love with right now. It sticks out maybe a little bit. Oh no, not really. It doesn't really stick out much farther than my ruffles. Okay, so I'm going to play with that. This one's a little skinnier. I'll probably decorate that one. And I just kind of want to decorate some of these glassine bags. I haven't played with them in a long time. Maybe a smaller one too. And I'm not really sure what I'm doing. I haven't thought this out much at all, so this will probably be a really fun video for me to edit as I'm sitting around thinking what I have to do, what I have to work with. So some of the things that I have, I did make a bunch of these scallop circle punches out of book pages. That's in this basket. I think I'll get those out. I have some little flags. What else? I have some other cut things in here. Little hearts made out of maps and music paper. I also have some, these are pretty fragile. The one time I did try to play with these, they were breaking. Like these little frame things I had cut out. The music paper and the map, they're so old that they were pretty fragile, so I don't know. But then I have some of these book page circles and ovals and stuff. I'll keep those out too. Let's see what else. There's other things in here. There's hearts. There's like some cut out hearts. I think I'll keep those out. These were the inside of the frames. Yeah, those frames really rip easily, but I like the hearts. I'll keep the hearts, the ovals, these little scallop circles and flags. All right, so I'm going to start with these glassine bags, and I hope the glare isn't too bad from my lights. It's also a pretty dreary day outside, so that's not helping. But I had sprayed these in the past, and there's a lot of videos out there on how to coffee dye glassine. Maybe I'll share one here in the near future, but I found the simplest way is not to dip them, but to spray them, to put some coffee in a spritzer bottle, spritz them so you're just getting the surface wet. I will spritz one side, stick it in the oven, dry it really quick. They're really quick. Flip it over, spray it again, and then you have a nice coffee stained glassine bag. So that's what I've done with this little one. I used to dip them, and this glassine bag had been completely dipped. And I'm not going to do that anymore because spraying them was much simpler. Something else that I pulled out of my stamps is this little bird on a branch. I'm feeling the bird thing right now. I don't have a lot of bird things, but okay, so something else I have sitting over here is this bin of scraps. I have a bin of scraps, and I have a basket full of little lace trimmings and clippings, but Milo is currently laying on those. So I'm hoping to pull out some of those. I don't really want to cut anything new because the whole point of this for me is to use little scraps and bits that I already have laying around. Although I will say I pulled out a couple greeting cards. I picked up a bunch of greeting cards at Goodwill. I was so excited to find them. But one that I thought was super pretty, like I mentioned, this bird stamp that I pulled out of my stuff, I was thinking about fussy cutting these little birds out of this card. So I might do that. Another couple of cards that were in that bag that I bought, these are actual watercolors that someone painted. And I love that. I thought about cutting these out and using them as well. Okay, so I don't really have a rhyme or reason for anything. I am just going to get started and hope for the best. And hope that this works out okay. I would kind of like to tear this. I like that rough edge, creating that strip of fabric. Maybe tear this part here. And then I think I'm just going to leave that edge a little rough. And just glue it down. It might need to be a little smaller. I like that coffee dyed circle. I just need to decide what I'm playing with here. There's also a couple birds on the inside. Oh, in the back, and they're not touching. So I'm going to start by just fussy cutting these birds. And when I say fussy cutting, I use that term loosely because I am not a fan of being super finicky with fussy cutting. I just don't have the patience for it. Maybe if I were sitting down watching a movie or something. Right now I'm just going to cut him out. Okay, so for now I cut out these little portions of that bird card. I also like that corner piece, so I don't know, we'll see. And this little bird couple too. I think those are so sweet. Okay, I changed my mind a little bit. I knew that would probably happen. Instead of using just scraps, I have this really pretty lace, and I think my friend Rhonda gave this to me before, but I'm really liking the color of this lace with these little birds. So I'm switching, and I'm going to cut a piece of this lace. I couldn't resist. And I'm going to actually make it hang over a little bit. So I'm going to cut this here. I'm using the wrong scissors, so let me clean that up. And I can get an idea, and I can cut this at a little bit of an angle, I think. Maybe hang it off the edge. No, I'm going to go in a little. And I haven't done anything like this in so long. Let's see if I have what it takes. Sometimes with these book pages, you cut them out, and then later all the words that you don't really want to show are what's popping out there. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my vintage photo and ink up some of this, because I think once I have an inked edge, I might be able to tell what paper layers I want on this bag. And I think I was a little overly ambitious in the beginning of this video. I think this is probably, I don't know, maybe I'll get 2 bags out of this crafting project. But I looked at the clock, and I actually have to be at worship practice sooner than later. Time gets away from me in the afternoon. So ink this up a little bit, hide some of my rough cutting. I do love those little birds though, they're super cute. I like him down there. And then I kind of like this heart over the music because I can tell by looking at this, this is Someone's in the Kitchen with Dinah, right? And I don't necessarily want that song poking out. I kind of like that. I like how the heart is in the middle there. Okay, I like this. I'm going to start here. And I know this is a bag, but because it's such a big bag, I'm going to use my sewing machine and stitch this lace down first. All right, while I was over there, I did decide to stitch all the way around the Glassine bag. This is a pretty wide bag, so there's still plenty of room to tuck some things in there. And it helped me hold down this piece of lace without me making a gluey mess. So that is how I'm starting. And let me put this back together so I have an idea here. I'm just going to get out my Fabri-Tac glue and I'm just going to start gluing this down. Sometimes I don't want to overthink it because I have a habit of doing that. I just want to start putting things in place. So I'm not trying to make too many decisions. And then this little heart map. This was an old atlas. And I didn't think about the book pages being so fragile, but they are. So gluing it down is great. That'll give it a little bit of reinforcement. And then I'm going to glue this little guy down in the corner. Greeting cards is great art for your projects. And I love the fact that they are so easy to come by in the thrift shops. Sometimes you can find some great ones. Okay, that one's pretty. Maybe I will do the same thing with the little one. All right, I think because I am liking this so much and I'm on a roll, I'm going to do another one. I have some more bird pieces. Let me see. I have this cute little bird piece here. All right, well, I know I had this little couple of birds and now I can't find them on my desk. That's annoying. Anyway, I'm going to make this bag for sure. This time I'm going to stitch my lace on the other side of the bag. Just trim this up. Give it a little angle. Okay, then I'm just going to take this over to the machine. Okay, I like this little portion here, so I'm just going to ink this up. Maybe grab another, oop, there's my little bird. I knew he got tucked in there somewhere. I do like that piece of circle, it's just not big enough. I'll use that one and find another heart here. There. I'm just going to start by gluing these birds in place. And then I have to figure out what I'm going to do on top of this heart. Just put that kind of off center, I think. It's not as off center as the last one, but so good. And I'm just going to glue my heart down too. And then I'm going to have to go hunting in my stash and see what I can find. There. Maybe, no, I'm going to save the birds for another little bag. Okay, I just opened a little bit ago an amazing friend mail package from my friend Rhonda, who sent me these little leaves. I think I want to get some of these out. Maybe I'll use those, and if I can decorate them flat enough. I do have some flat flowers, but I'm not certain the colors match very well. She did send me also these really pretty Prima butterflies. I think I'm going to take out some of those. These are the little flowers. Maybe they're okay. It will brighten it up a little bit. Maybe the pink is good. And I feel like it needs a word or something. I do like these little leaves. They're super cute. I wish I had my hot glue gun plugged in. All right, I did decide to plug in my hot glue gun to make this a little easier because it just dries so much quicker than the Fabri-Tac. And I'm just going to glue these little elements down. It's kind of funny, I didn't have any idea where this was going to go, but I do like what is happening here. Except this glue is extra stringy. Oh my goodness, I'm making a big mess. Okay. Here we go. I think that is super cute, and it's flat enough that it won't make a book too bulky. So now I'm just going to decorate the front of this heart, and I think I'm going to use these burlap leaves again. Rhonda, if you're watching this, thank you so much for these. I love them. Maybe that bigger one would be cute. And I am liking these flowers. At first, I wasn't feeling them, but I'm feeling like they're pretty Easter-like. So I like that. I think I'm going to add those there. It's hard with the burlap and the hot glue because it just comes through the holes and I make a mess. Here we go. Okay, I really feel like I need to use these last couple of birds. So I am going to take one of these smaller Glassine bags, and I actually have another lace that is the same color. That's crazy. That's a little thinner, so I'm going to trim this and use this on the front of my bag. I think I'll put it over here. Okay, and I'm going to stitch this down. This one got a little wonky in the machine, but that's okay. I did a single stitch because of the fact that this bag is already so small. So then what if I mixed it up and put a music heart? And what other shapes do we have here? So let's see, I have these oval circles, which are a little bit smaller. And then a music heart if I reverse my music and map this time. So I'm just going to ink these up really quick. And maybe a little bit on these birds. It helps hide my crooked cutting for me to put some ink on those. I think I'm going to start by gluing down my birds. And since I have this hot glue gun out, I'll just use that. And there. This one a little off center. And then I like the fact that there's some handwriting on that heart. So I'm going to use this side. And then what if I put this little guy up at the top? I think I like that. It's like he's perched at the top of that heart. Cute. And then if I have this, I'm going to cover up that word now that I liked. But then I have this little peach flower left. If I put it like that. cute. I'm just going to take the little pop dot off of that flower so it won't be too bulky, and just add some hot glue. I think those are super cute. It's not exactly how I started this video or where I intended to go. I thought I would get a lot more done, but that's okay. At least I was able to do 3 of these little bags, so I hope that you found that inspiring and fun. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like button. And you guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye!